Welcome to the Roundabout Cast. Sorry, I was just yelling at Joe for flubbing another intro, so I flubbed my own intro. But that's
And
fine.
I quote, Joe, do you ever shut the fuck up?
The quote Waller.
Oh, it's all from love. Anyways, we're doing One Piece chapters 994 to 997, which means next time you see one of these videos is going to be 2021 as we're covering chapter 1000 and whatever happens there. With these chapters, this was a good batch of chapters. I like them. It kicks off with right after where we left off, where Kiku got disarmed, literally, by Kaido's razor wind attack. But I really love this intro here, where they just cauterize the fucking wound without saying anything.
Yeah,
It's
sick.
super badass. But
Hmm.
you got anything, Joe?
I think it's gnarly. Like, is this the most? I guess we've had legs get chopped off like in Orange Junior,
Yeah.
but this is like the first maybe person that we've seen in real time just get dismembered in combat.
I always feel like cauterizing your wound is a level more gruesome than having your wound chopped off.
Yeah,
This is more
I
like
agree.
Hunter violence at this point.
Mhm.
Little more intense. I like it. But I just like how there is no conversation as they do it. That's probably my favorite takeaway from here. Like Kinemon just slides his sword up, and then Okiku comes out like a badass. And I think Okiku really needed this moment because so far she's been one of the more underwhelming of the samurai. So
Yeah.
a good way to make me care about a character in the group is like have them take a big hit and then just have them no sell it, keep fighting, show
Mhm.
that dedication.
Also, they've told the minks to get away from the rooftop too.
Is
So the minks
that
are going.
But okay, so we never get an explanation as to why Carrot and Wanda weren't up there. Because this isn't it. They were already not up there last chapter.
Yeah, well, they weren't up there originally. Kara and Wanda were chilling out with the Straw Hats.
I guess. I guess they never went up because
Yeah, they were
they
on the
knew
Straw Hat ship.
they knew they had to be there for the Paros encounter somehow.
Of course,
I
they
think
got
that's pretty messy how it would have got them there, but regardless, Kaido reverts back to his quote unquote human form. I'm really starting to question this. If we'll talk about it as we get to the most recent chapter. But
Isn't he stronger in human form?
I get the sense that he is. Like his bigger form seems easier to hit. Every time he's into like his smaller form, he's just clubbing dudes.
I thought I read somewhere lore wise that people are like, oh, he's stronger in human form or something.
I think people are saying he's strongest in hybrid form because we've never seen the hybrid form. So he
Is
has
that like Kaido upper body and like dragon lower body?
No, it'd be a humanoid like two-legged dragon kind
It's like
of thing
Rob
with wings.
Lucci
Yeah.
when he goes all furry for him.
Yeah. Every Zoan has that middle form and we're thinking that's probably Kaido's strongest. But we haven't seen it yet. And I mean, it might take us for a loop.
What if he's got a beast form like Chopper?
That's the thing. So there are the awakened Zoans from Impel Down as well. So there is something like with Zoans becoming beast forms that Chopper unlocked through science, but it seems like you can do it in other ways, but we don't know what those ways are quite yet.
He's gonna do never mind, I forgot. I was gonna say some stupid shit.
Oh, but we're here for that. Come on. You gotta remember.
I forgot it.
The next portion of this chapter is back to the Ice Oni stuff. What do y'all like? I'm not
This
sure
is
what to
the
think
start of
about
the
this.
Ice Age stuff.
Huh?
Or is it? No, it's not. We did it last chapter. Yeah, that's right.
It started it. And now they're like fending off with 2x4s, which I think is pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
Chopper, Kung Fu Chopper wielding a 2x4 is pretty good.
Stupid as shit.
So Queen sets up this game where he gives Apu the antidote, and it becomes like a chase Apu kind of sequence, which I really like. I've grown to like Apu more as a little shit, you know, like
Yeah.
Reading back on Sambodi and his recent like shenanigans, I'm like, oh, Apu's just the most opportunistic little asshole, and now it gets turned on him, and that's pretty.
He's really
good.
a George Costanza.
A little bit.
A little bit.
The last portion of this chapter was Yamato stuff, and I really needed stuff like this. Yamato's just taking these hits and doing mysterious attacks. It seems like she can or he can swing the club and just shoot a shockwave. I don't know if that's the vibe y'all were getting, because we get another attack later.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting. I thought at first maybe it was like she's able to absorb, or he's able to like absorb the hit and then redirect it back with the club.
I don't think that's it at all. I think he was just taking hits to be cool.
Yeah, I think it's more of a air blast.
Check out that side boob on the bottom left.
I was about to mention Yamato's side boob is choice.
Yeah. I feel weird because it's a man, but
oh, it's all good.
I mean, I'm gonna compliment a good man side boob.
Side boob is unbreakable. All right, and I will say, Yamato's proportions are less annoying than most One Piece characters. Where like they're just ridiculous. Yamato's a little more human-ish.
Wait till the anime.
Yeah, wait till the anime.
True.
The anime will reduce that waist and 1.25 that breast.
See, if that top left panel right there is gonna be 10 minutes.
No. Yeah, it is.
Well, it'll be 3.
So before we close out this chapter, do you think by the end of this arc, Momonosuke is going to become a Yamato fan?
No, I don't see that.
You don't think so? It's not going to be a cycle of them fanboying over each other?
I don't think so. I think Momo... I don't think that's a story thread that we're going to chase.
Okay.
That leads us into the next chapter, which opens up with a scene of Big Mom versus Marco. Marco, I mean, he is a first commander, so he's able to hold his own here. And what's cool is that his flames are more special than Big Mom's soul flames. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's Big fucking Mom, so she just grabs his ass and is about to team tag him with... I'm so glad Perasperos is here, man. I just like him. I just think he's neat. The candy arrow is cool, too.
Yeah, I love that he can just do whatever the fuck he wants and, like, make whatever the fuck he wants to fight.
I also like how he straight up is like, I don't really know my role here yet, and we're like, same dog. You're just kind of here. I think he's going to be helping Zoro get to the roof, and then maybe him, Law, and Chopper will tag team the ice virus stuff as like a triple
I was going to say that they're probably going to tag team the ice virus because Chopper mentions that the heat gets rid of it or stops it from spreading.
How is that like... We'll talk about it now, because fuck it. But, like, that is not an impressive deduction, Dr. Chopper.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah? The ice zombie gets repelled by heat? Yeah? Good job, Chopper. Pat him in the back. Get him
Everyone clap.
Get him his participation prize for showing up.
Give him his Nobel Peace Prize of buffoonery.
Yeah, I think it was last chapter, but I didn't grab the page. But it was like, Chopper was figuring out that they need the vial. And then he's like, Zoro, you go do it. And I got so angry because I was like, oh, Chopper, you could have actually done something cool. You could have been fighting Apu, which is like a good opponent for you.
Zoro was with X-Drake at that point.
Yeah, no, but Chopper.
I don't think Chopper ever.
No, Chopper's like, Zoro, you do it. And then Zoro smiles at Chopper because they have like that big brother vibe. But still. What's up? I didn't notice it the first time I read. What's up with Zeus here?
He got sliced in half by Brook, and so he's kind of getting over that fact.
Is this half a Zeus? Are we gonna have 2 Zeuses?
No, I think he's just small because he's weak now. Because he got cut in half before, and he turned out fine.
Zeus is a straw hat pet. We must protect him.
He's worth 50 berries.
It's gonna be funny when he's worth a lot more than Chopper because he's got Big Mom's soul.
Yeah, that'd be funny. It's worth a third of Big Mom's.
This is a hot page right here. I like this arrow jutting into Marco's page. They kind of turned on each other pretty quick because like Marco was convinced to hang out with Perasperos because he's like, oh, I want to get Big Mom out of this, and then they get there and Big Mom is like, no, this was my idea. I feel like
they get like the total sucker punch on Pero right there.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing. I feel like Sulong Carrot and Sulong Wand. I mean, I guess both of them together should be able to take someone in Pero's level.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think anyone would ever die in one hit like Orochi did, or be defeated like this? Like they're out for the rest of the arc.
I definitely don't think Peros is out here.
Yeah.
Because like a scratch to the face, One Piece characters have taken a lot more than that to get taken out.
I think they took his eyes.
No.
All
the scratches, all the damage is like outside the eye.
Yeah. It's gonna hurt them though.
I will say what's probably going to happen is we're going to get a couple of cutbacks to them still fighting, but it's not going to be anything serious.
I bet we'll get like one chapter that references them as like the title chapter, like Pedro's Revenge or some shit like that.
I really like the next panel, the next page.
I don't know if I grabbed it. I did not.
Oh no, you didn't grab it. The next page is like, who killed? He's the one who killed Pedro, and then Pero's like, that idiot blew himself up. You're taking it out on the wrong guy.
I love that.
And then they're like, we don't care. He's dead because of you.
So I'm gonna be bummed if we don't get like at least a little bit of focus on this, because if Carrot, I'm starting to think like if there is no focus, Carrot is not joining after all. Like there's 0% chance at that point. But if there is some focus, I think the hopes are alive. Because this would be like her fight in her arc where she joins. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's not helping a Straw Hat out though, so.
She's not, but she's taking out her own problems.
I guess.
Though Peros is right. Like that guy blew himself up.
He's not wrong. He blew himself up.
I like how Scratchman Apu is running away and blowing up the pirates who are trying to chase him down.
Yeah, because everyone's turning on him at this point of the story. Like, because Queen set it up, so it's like, hey, Beast Pirates, you go fuck up Apu too. Which is just like, way to throw this guy under the bus for no discernible reason. It's not like he's Drake.
Ooh, and we finally found out the weapons Apu uses, which I think are really cool. He uses tombas.
Yeah, we've never seen him use tombas, which is why I really like how he's good enough with them to at least repel 2 other supernovas for a little bit. So I think that's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he blocked 2 what's it called again? Whenever they use he blocked a hockey blade from Zoro.
Did he?
I mean, it's in the bottom
right there.
No, that's just what Shishui. Oh wait, but that's what Enma looks like all the time.
Is that the sword that he used to cut open, like slice the mountain?
That is true. That is that one. So
what up with that, Oda?
You should be slicing through Apu here, but you know that's fine.
For Apu and Queen, when we opened up in Onigashima, there was already like a sort of tension because Apu was a DJ, but Queen is kind of like the party master or whatever. And
it didn't seem like tension. It just seemed like they were feeding off of each other's energy. But it's been a while. I don't quite remember.
I think it had a lot more like burn or sting to it than we initially think. Maybe like the Beast Pirates are really much like more like the Rocks Pirates than we think, that everyone's trying to one up each other to climb their way up.
That seemed clear. Like that seems obvious to me that it is like that, because we've talked about it on this podcast even.
Yeah, but point being is that like it is still very cutthroat. So I still think that they are trying to like climb on top of each other.
Yeah,
maybe less Rocks Pirates, but for sure.
I wonder if Apu's tombas are metal.
Like they must be.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you think he's hockeying them? It's hard to say. The point is, Zoro even says in this page, I'm just getting delayed, and it's pretty obvious that Oda is buying time for chapter 1000. So half of each chapter is either Zoro or Luffy, kind of wasting time, which is a little bit, you know.
Why is Queen talking about Judge in the bottom left? Like what? He's like, they've got Judge's son among them. He's like, Vince smoked Judge. ...
So it's possible. I think it was mentioned that Judge worked with Vegapunk to work on his like human cloning, human genetic tampering stuff that the Vince Smokes are known for. I have a feeling Queen might have also worked with Vegapunk, so they might have like a business relationship of some sort. I feel like this would set up a good Queen versus Sanji fight, but that's not where the story went. Because I feel like
No.
Queen would want to look into Sanji's weird body.
Rates.
Nah, man. I'm telling you, this is. I we'll talk about this at another time. But I need to rewrite up my draft for comparing pre-time skip to post-time skip arcs and how they've lined up with each other using certain thematic events.
It's true. Especially Alabasta and Dressrosa feel so alike to me.
But like I feel this arc is very Skypiea.
This has gone from Water 7 to what's
Enies
the next
Lobby?
one?
Enies
Lobby. This is Onigashima is Enies Lobby.
A little bit. They also mentioned, like, they're trying to big up Sanji right now, because I think in one or two other chapters, someone's like, ooh, Sanji, you're an important part of the Straw Hat crew. I'd like to see proof of that, Oda, instead of him getting just cucked all over the place.
Oh, I didn't realize. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jinbei was over here just, like, slaughtering this man. This part's cool with Ulti versus Usopp and Nami. So... This was too brief, but it was a good moment, but it was brief, right? So it makes me feel like it's hard to tell if this is like meant to be the climax or not. If it is the climax, then this was really underwhelming.
So here's my question: this is the first time I've seen a lot of action in One Piece manga because this is the first time I'm reading at this point.
Yeah.
Are most fights this brief?
No.
Okay, because like. What I'm wondering is when this comes to the anime, which I probably will rewatch Wano, I'm really curious to see how these fights are extended, because I bet they will be.
Like,
because they already are.
Even fights that are brief, like say some of the stuff in Dressrosa, right? There was a bunch of little mini fights. Even those had several pages at least, and then like big fights like Katakuri are like multiple chapter length fights. There's stuff like Zoro versus Pika is a little bit longer than your average fight. Like, all the main fights are long, but then there's, like, in the pre-time skip, the Straw Hats would get, like, at least 1 to 2 chapter length fights for themselves as well. Now we're just getting, like, maybe 2 to 3 pages for these encounters. So it's, like, hard to tell how serious we're supposed to be taking. Like, is this Usopp and Nami's ultimate fight here? It's hard to say.
I do like how Usopp was even like, not again.
which means, so he's already taken one headbutt, but also this is the second time his skull gets x-rayed like this in the series. Which is pretty good. Even his nose bones break. So you get this moment.
Wait, hold on. We skipped something.
What did we skipped? Like we skipped the chicken ass guy.
Who's chicken ass?
I didn't get a page for chicken ass. All right, chicken ass exists.
This isn't chicken ass. This is Chopper getting infected.
Yeah, Chopper got infected. Whatever. It's Chopper.
It's also cool. Brook can't get infected, or like it will infect him at least.
Yeah. Okay. You hate that part. Go on.
It's whatever. So this is a fun moment because earlier in the arc, Usopp and Nami were talking about like getting tortured because it was around the time where Lost Crew got captured and they were like, "Oh, dude, if I got captured, I'd squeal immediately. I can't handle torture." And here it's come full circle where like Nami is being interrogated and somewhat tortured, but she won't turn her back on Luffy, even though she knows that she's about to get headbutted the shit. And then all of a sudden, Otoma shows up. We don't know how she got here. She mentions it next chapter, but it doesn't really make sense to me.
The dog can fly. Because this island, because if we're I'm going to talk about the spoilers.
Relax.
No. How did she get here?
Okay, she says she stowed away on an enemy ship. Cool.
Yeah.
Otama stowing away, fine. A big fucking dog stowing away? And a baboon?
No. We showed how every single person got to this island. Even Marco and Perospero, showed how they got to the island.
But not her. She just mentions next chapter I stowed away.
Yeah.
Which maybe she fed some of the beast pirates in the ship.
Look. All I'm saying is Otama was the scapegoat set up for this entire arc. And then now she's here by bullshit reason.
I do think it's pretty lazy. I would like to see an explanation to how she got here.
Nope, there's no explanation. This has been the setup from the very beginning. She would just show up last moment and just throw her cheeks everywhere, and then everybody loves her.
Now, it does set up for a badass Usopp moment where he's sniping cheeks at people.
That would be cool.
I think that's how they'll play it.
God Usopp is such a great
battle. God Usopp's a great moment. So the translation here is a little different from the scanlation that people read, and like I read some comments on like which one's more accurate. Because here she says Luffy will never stop until he's king of the pirates. It almost seems like she's reluctant to say it, but in the Japanese version, it's a more like not Japanese, but the scanlated translation is more like Luffy will absolutely become Pirate King, which is a little more generic. Like a lot of Straw Hats had said that.
Yeah.
I feel like this translation adds more character, but I feel like it might be a little inaccurate. I don't know.
I feel like this is definitely building up to a more like page turn-esque reveal. It's more dramatic.
What do you mean?
Like drama. Like you're like Luffy will never, and you have like these two panels building up to the end of the sentence, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh, she's gonna say it, and then it flips the other way.
Mm-hmm.
So I think.
Yeah, I feel like this could have worked better if it was. I know what you're saying. If this was spread out a little bit more, and like we got a page turn for it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I like it this way. I think the other way is just way too boring.
Yeah. I will say this comes off as like, I'm not gonna say he's gonna be Pirate King, but I'm gonna insinuate it, so I'm talking around it so you don't headbutt me.
Yeah.
But like it seems more clever this way. Let me quickly pause to switch over to the next batch chapter. On to the next chapter, which this has the I believe here we got a ride on an enemy ship is what Otama says this chapter, which is a little sus.
Now, she could have just hypnotized the entire ship, but I think there's someone else that has to be with her to give her that idea and help her out with it, you know?
So here's my thing, all right? Literally everyone in the crew was already on the island. Already, because they were having the big party.
She said enemy ship. Also, remember when they first got off the boat and Jinbei and Robin are walking off and there's like rustling in the grass? And we're like, who the fuck is that? Is that Caribou? It was probably
Why
Otama.
was she there before everybody?
Because
she had to be there before everybody.
She was with an enemy. She was in the enemy ship. Let's say she stowed away with Kyoshiro and he kept her safe. Because I think Kyoshiro...
Did she know about the plan?
Or she went with Hold'em. Or the guy from the prison.
Possibly. She just...
Yeah.
I don't know how long her brainwashing works, but...
I bet she can extend it if she just keeps feeding it to him.
Probably. I do like how she brought this baboon. Apparently, if she has a pheasant, she would be a stand-in for the story of Momotaro, who has a monkey, a lion, or a dog and a pheasant, which is also the admiral's. So maybe she's got a third animal with her as well.
I do like how she was able to stow away the dog and the monkey.
And possibly a bird. So... But I do like how she's like, we came here as samurai. I like Otama. She's cute, and I want her to be happy. And it's been a while, but I really liked her introduction with Luffy and like giving Luffy her food, even though she had no food of her own. But, okay, we get back a little bit to the Sasaki fight, and this is some hot stuff right here where we get like a hint of, I didn't even notice it the first time I read it, but Yamato's fruit right here.
Mm-hmm.
Which I believe is a Byakko, or like a mythical white tiger from my Persona games. I think that would be a fitting fruit, and I think that'd be badass. Yamato's color scheme would go well with white tiger. She's got a lot of white on her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm all for it.
I like how she doesn't complete the transformation, though. She stops.
Yeah.
I feel like she was trying to intimidate Sasaki from drawing a sword.
I feel maybe like she got like he got interrupted by.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like she doesn't like to use that form because then that makes her not
Katsuki Odin.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That's my bullshit anime manga reason.
Frankie being here though, what I really like about this is that it's setting up the theory once again that Sasaki is Granny Kokoro's son, because I feel like that could come up if they're fighting. Come on, Oda, give it to us. I like when Frankie gets to reconnect with his past a little bit. It's something that helps him not be one note like Brook can sometimes be, or Sanji can sometimes be. This is cool. So as she's falling, she like takes out one of the numbers.
Yeah.
Some people were thinking she was swinging debris back at him. I think she just
like, no. You can see the falling rocks on the dark panel in the top left.
No, I don't think it's debris. I think it's just a energy projectile.
I think it's definitely a rock she hit out of the floor.
No, then what was the first time? There was no rocks.
The first time's just energy wave, but this has got to be a rock, I think.
This is energy wave too.
That is dumb. She doesn't dumb.
What if it's not her? What if it's the baton or the whatever?
Yeah, what if the baton ate a fruit?
No, that's not it. You guys are silly.
What does White Tiger have to do with energy waves and like what?
Oh, it
what
has nothing to do with White. Oh,
what is the communication?
It's the fact that she's an Oni.
He can have to do with Jack Slash's knife, huh?
Hey, that's different. People in One Piece shoot energy beams at each other all the time. Like, why is this weird?
Be upset that he's firing energy beams, but it's not a laser. It's maybe just a puff of air.
What? Okay, hold on. First of all, it's probably not an actual energy beam. It's probably like a white, like air pressure blast. It's a One Piece ass attack. It just does.
No, it's a Monster Hunter one.
I really like this top right panel because I think this is the first time we get to see Hacha in scale compared to other beings.
Yeah, this actually that's a good point. This is a really good scale shot of him. And I also love how the ground is tilting from the impact. That's a slick panel there.
I mean, these are tatami floors, probably.
So that's Frankie. This guy's not Or-sized. I don't know. Or seemed impossibly big back in the day, but also General Frankie's pretty big. So
yeah, I was about to say General Frankie's much bigger than Frankie was during Ors Jr.
Yeah,
or Ors, not Ors.
Or Zombie.
Yeah.
Zombie. A good part of this chapter is this little law section. There's this fight going on, and Law is just looking at our history bullshit.
Yeah.
But at least we know what he's been up to. Most importantly, he now has a motivation that he was lacking after Doflamingo, I feel like.
Yeah. And he now has a reason to go on with the Straw Hats.
Yeah, I felt like he had no reason to live anymore, so unfortunately he would probably die this arc. Because if anyone's going to die,
it's going to be the favorite character of most people in One Piece.
Yeah.
He's got so many death flags. His fruit has the mechanic where he could sacrifice his life to give someone immortal life. Oh, what is this?
They're gonna find a way around it.
No, if he does it, he's gonna die. This is not Naruto, where you go 8 gates and then you just get another heart from Naruto and walk it out. Okay.
You act like Oda would kill someone.
He would if it's set up that much. He would.
All right, evidence P. Pound.
Jesus. But no. If he does the operation, it's going to kill him. I would bet it. There's also the idea that he does the operation to reverse Kaido's immortality, but that's only if Kaido's immortality is from the operation, and not because of his weird heritage that he might have.
I wouldn't like if Kaido had that on him. That seems kind of dumb.
How? Okay, then what is your explanation to why Kaido's immortal? What's your not dumb explanation, Joe?
He's just a fucking demon.
That's pretty dumb.
Yeah. Well,
how long has Kaido actually lived?
Yeah, we don't even know that. See?
Okay, isn't he? He's part. He's a part of. He's not a human. He's part of a race that just lives longer. That's it.
Yeah, like
no, but he's like literally like he's trying to kill himself. Which we need more. Like, why doesn't he drown himself? I never got why he can't just do that. But I guess that's not the badass death that he wants.
I think in the lore, I think it actually says he did try. I thought I remember reading that at one point.
I remember either reading that or reading people bitching about how he could just drown himself. So why doesn't he? I feel like that's not badass enough for him because he kind of wants a badass death.
Yeah,
that's really the only thing we know about him. Anyways, yeah. If we know that fruit has the immortality procedure, then someone's had to do it in the past, Joe. Then why not on Kaido? Like, why would that be dumb?
I don't know, man.
Because you just said it without thinking about it.
Because the king of the world has it. That's why.
Him? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that could also like someone's gotta have it. Like if
someone has it, I just don't think it's Kaido.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the king of the world or he's the one. To me, that makes most sense.
It's the queen.
I think everyone thinks M is a man. I got the vibe that M was a woman.
Or
no, it's definitely Luffy's mom. You heard it here first, Paul.
I would not like this, sir.
Well, because
it is absolutely Luffy's mom.
How much do you want to bet? Like Oda would never. That's too cliche.
I have two guesses that either that's Luffy's mom or Luffy's mom was a space pirate.
Luffy's mom was a celestial. No, hear me out. Luffy's mom was a celestial dragon whose death started Dragon on his quest to upthrow the government.
Is Dragon a celestial dragon?
No, Dragon's probably just some dirty bum who they were like, you can't date him. You're a celestial dragon.
Oda will never give that much plot to Dragon.
Are you kidding me? Of course he will. It's Dragon.
Yeah. That's
Why do we have Tyler on here? He's just saying stuff he knows isn't true.
No, we won't have that.
We just got like 10 chapters of Odin flashback, but you think we're not gonna get Dragon's motivation and Luffy's mom?
Because Odin's a legend, man. Dragon's just Dragon.
Dragon's the most wanted man in the planet.
He is just Oda's. He is Oda's side piece.
Yeah, I mean that side piece is gonna be pretty important next saga. So
anyway, here's my thing. If we actually were gonna get that, Robin knows it all. She would have just told us already.
No, she wouldn't know it all. Like Dragon wouldn't have told her everything.
I don't think Robin would say anything. I think Robin's just along for the ride.
I think Robin knows what the One Piece is. Definitely.
No way.
I think she knows.
No, dude, she had the opportunity to know and didn't want to know.
Mm-hmm. She would have just denied it. She would have been like, I don't want to know.
Rayleigh was ready to tell her, and she's like, no. Yeah. I'll figure it out for myself.
Yeah, that's not part of her journey. But anyways, more importantly, this isn't the road poneglyph.
No, it's not. It's just just a poneglyph,
which is upsetting. We still want to know what's on it, but it's now like, where the fuck is it? Because Brooks found the other one downstairs and under the fire capital, and that wasn't a red one either.
Right. I mean, we'll find it eventually. Like, wait, Kaido does have one, right?
You're looking at it. That's it.
No, that's not
you just said it's not the road poneglyph.
You just said that. I'm saying Kaido has a road poneglyph, right?
So he's got a regular poneglyph too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this gonna be like
no.
the random poneglyph, the road poneglyph from the desert land, Alabasta?
You'd never let that one go.
I will never let it go. There was a poneglyph in a filler episode.
Anyways, kids alive. Kaido's just out here brutalizing these samurai, dude.
Oh man. Before we get to Kaido, if you haven't watched the moment in the anime when Kid goes Magneto mode, ooh, it looks great. He is just like storming to this like the prison gate and just gathering up every single piece of metal.
Send me that shit. Yeah, I haven't seen that. That sounds cool. Kid doing stuff? That's not something we'll ever get in the manga. So like, I gotta get that fixed where I can. But yeah, Kaido's just doing cool stuff. Big Mom's here. She's going straight up. Luffy's getting delayed. And then Ivankov showed up because all of you fools read the scalations and got the wrong idea.
I don't understand. Like,
no, the laugh was like Ivankov's laughs, and people were like, "Oh, that sounds like Okama talk because there's a heart." It was explained by the Library of Ohara Arthur that it was in fact a Japanese like common joke that they have, or like a common scene you see in Japanese plays, and we find out next chapter that that's exactly it. Which, all right, so that leads us to the most recent chapter, which starts
Naughty trap.
starts with the Sanji cucking of a lifetime.
Look at that big woman.
I like Black Maria's design is just great.
Just fire.
Ooh, I read something about the person who attacks him, and I think we posted it in the Wano channel maybe, that the woman there in the middle with the flower in her hair is the propaganda teacher.
Yeah.
From the flower capital.
I really like that. That's a nice little detail. Now there's a theory that like these are actually people from Black Maria's crew who are looking to turn on Kaido, and that's how this like they're here to like because they say something about a hero of justice or like another person of justice.
Another would be pure with impure motives.
Yeah, I don't see that holding weight.
I think that's they're just acting out the drama that these characters partake in, because like what they're doing with the rap unfolding is all like Japanese soaps drama.
Yeah, like it's the kabuki play thing.
Yeah,
they're the much more theatrical portion of the crew.
Even this guy with the black teeth, like that's a thing. Like Japanese royalty used to blacken their teeth back in the day. I'm interested. I just hope this doesn't turn into Perona 2.0. I hate that Perona thing because Sanji was not willing to fight a girl, even though Robin's life was on the line, and that always Khalifa, sorry. And that always rubbed me the wrong way. So I hope this isn't a repeat of that.
Here's my terrible hot take. Yeah. That will probably never happen. Ivankov gave him a hormone injection for him to use.
Okay.
So he can turn into a girl when he needs to?
Yeah.
That just seems... I don't trust Sanji with that kind of commentary.
I don't either. But I think it would be funny. But he would turn into like an ugly one.
Sanji almost rejected the blood he got in Fishman Island because those dudes were gay. Like that's how bad Sanji is, alright?
So, here's the thing. When Ivankov gives the hormones, it makes them not be able to move after.
That's the healing hormones.
I mean, it could work for other hormones.
That's not what happened. You know what? While we're talking about dropped like balls, we talked about Robin never talking to Luffy about Dragon. Like, sure, she's not gonna know the entire Dragon story, but it greatly pisses me off. She's like, "Hey, Luffy, I gotta tell you something about your father that I hung out with for 2 years." That actually bad writing by Oda's part. Unless he addresses this in the future and he's like, "He told me not to tell you, but it's time for you to know something that I've been holding." I would like that. But for now, it's bad. Something that's really bad is Sanji not learning Okama Karate. That would have been so freaking perfect with his moveset. And it's never happening. And like he hasn't been saving it. It's been too long. He's got the rain suit now.
They mentioned in the pre-time skip when I was reading it that the trials that Sanji was doing, they weren't combat trials.
They were stealth. Like he had to.
They were leg running,
but. Of course, he would get caught eventually and have to fight them, I'm sure. But I don't know.
He can already fight with his legs.
Yeah, I just want him to do Okama Karate. He'd be hype.
It would be hype.
Next up, we have the... So I really like these pages where, like, Kiku's arm is falling, which I didn't notice anything was falling. But, like,
no,
Zoro...
it's not drawn.
There is a little dust that comes down, but it's so minuscule, you're not even sure you're supposed to be looking at it until you reread. But what I really like is just how Zoro is getting even more serious. Like, he's getting more personal with it.
Yeah.
I feel like he is the only Straw Hat who's getting there. All the other Straw Hats are kind of, like, very impersonal with this conflict, which is another reason why this isn't, like, quite as intense as a Alabasta or Dressrosa, like, finale kind of thing, where the Straw Hats are more into it. But I don't know. There's just a lot of characters to juggle.
This was a very much you've already been cut moment, and I really can't wait for the anime for that, because I do hope it is super exaggerated.
Yeah, this one should be exaggerated. I just don't need the freaking rocks exploding everywhere because he moved fast. That's a little much.
So, I'd like to point out that the way he's shaded, that the half of his face that's lit up is the face with his eye closed. So what if he opened his eye once for this?
Nah.
We're still waiting for a Sharingan moment, huh?
Isn't this the second time Apu has been defeated?
I think it's the first.
No, he got the shit beat out of him.
Oh yeah, he got Punk Gibson or whatever. My kid. Here's the thing, though. This one's for real. He's actually out this time.
He's dead.
This is one of Zoro's most iconic moves, the Lion Song, or Shishi Son Son, but he doesn't even name it here. So, like, this guy's mad. Like, Zoro's
he doesn't have time. It's because the arm, and I like the lead up to that is like I saw it too.
Yeah,
like, I don't got time for
You only get to see that afterwards. I think it's the next page.
Yeah. I really like Drake's reaction to this too. Like, Drake is going in to try to attack him, or he's in the middle of his attacks, but Drake is completely caught off guard about what Zoro just did.
Yeah,
like pretty sick.
Man, Zoro's great. He's got such badass moments.
I really think that nobody. Because is Queen a Toby Ropo or a headliner?
Headliner.
I don't think any of the headliners match up to Zoro.
Oh no.
You think he's above the headliners? No, sorry. Are we talking about like the three, like King, Queen, Jack, or
are they above the Toby Ropo?
They're above the Toby Ropo.
I think
none of the Toby Ropo are Zoro level. Like
I don't think any of the Toby Ropo or the headliners are Zoro level.
Wow.
Because if you go to the next page, you see him just devastate Queen right there. Look at that. No effort just to destroy Queen's best weapon. Like, what?
That is no effort the distance. Given. Like, why do you need Sogeking when you got a sniper right here, baby?
Yeah.
That's a Dracula sword cut.
And I'd like to go back to Dressrosa when Zoro fights Pika. Like,
he brutalizes
that was no
Pika.
Effort.
The only effort, he's like, he kind of challenges himself to like, all right, I'm going to focus a little bit and cut this guy like systematically, but he's still cutting him effortlessly.
When is the last time Zoro had a challenge?
It was when he lost to the Pacifista in Sambodi Archipelago.
I'm like,
it was when he fought Mihawk on Gloomy Island.
I was going to say whenever he fought Mr. One.
No, what? Kaku was a challenge. So was Ryuma.
Who was Kaku again?
Kaku was the giraffe, which was after Mr. One.
Oh yeah, because he had to, because he was handcuffed to Usopp, so he had to use Usopp as a sword.
Ryuma was also kind of a challenge. Zoro's always like, Zoro. The biggest challenge Zoro has ever had was Mr. One. Like Kaku was not as big of like he handled Kaku easier than he handled Mr. One. I think that's fair to say.
What if Chopper keeps his fucking half Oni look for the rest of the series?
No, you know that's not happening.
That would be cool if he got an Oni form.
Yeah, I know.
He's I do love any moment that Zoro has a big brother moment with Chopper. It's been prevalent throughout the series. Always here for it. And Chopper has his incredible deduction to use the fire on the ice. Like, Oda.
Okay. I just noticed something. Why does Queen not have horns?
Because Queen's just a dude.
But everybody in the crew has horns.
No, Jack doesn't have horns.
Jack
he does.
have horns.
Jack does have horns?
Jack's a horny motherfucker, dude. Jack's a fishman, though. That's why
Jack is a fishman. Yeah.
King is that race that Big Mom doesn't have. She doesn't have 2 or 3 races in her crew. And King is from that race, but we don't know what that race is necessarily. I want to say it's the devil race, like Magellan.
I'm very excited to hear more about the devil race and see how it compares up to 7 Deadly Sins.
All right. Regardless, Zoro's getting. I'm glad that because this has been 4 chapters of stalling Zoro and Luffy. Every other plot point has been great. But the Zoro and Luffy ones in particular feel particularly stally, right? But I really like this chapter for Zoro. He freaking popped off.
Yeah. And you know what? It's weird because, everybody was scared of the samurai, right?
Yeah.
And it's I feel like everybody in Kaido's crew knew that they weren't the problem? I don't know.
They were the problem, though. they did a good job against Kaido, all things considered. Like,
yeah,
they almost assassinated
why
his
are they
ass.
stalling Luffy instead of helping Kaido? Like,
I just think so. There's a point in this chapter that I skipped where Luffy fights the Cobra guy, or he gets there, and then he just uses a ladder to get past him. Right. At first, I was like, "This is stupid. Luffy doesn't need ladders. He's a rubber man." But then it was pointed out to me that it was a snakes and ladder, or shoots and no snakes. It was a snakes and ladder joke where Luffy uses a ladder to get past the snake guy.
Well, yeah, they were about to go up the stair, or I think they were about to go up the stairs.
Yeah,
and some of the other samurai that are there, like helped him, and I'm like, okay, cool. We acknowledge that other people came to this island with Luffy.
Yeah, I don't see why Luffy can't just like. He should be there in like a minute. He can gum rock. He destroyed all of Arlong Park back in the day with a single kick. Like,
I think the thing is that if they try to do that, they're going to get intercepted by King and or Queen. So they're trying to avoid that.
Yeah,
he's flying around outside.
Jinbei will handle both of them by himself because he's such a Chad.
I mean, remember they started in the basement floor somehow.
Oh yeah,
somehow. We never got an explanation to how they went back to the basement. But
I don't like that we skipped over these fucking snake and gorilla designs because the gorilla one's fucking absurd.
Yeah, can't believe you did that.
The gorilla one feels like a King Kong reference. Now, what I would have liked to see is a gorilla with the woman in his hand, so he's perpetually King Kong. But alas, Oda is not as smart as I.
Well, but then you have Snake Man, whose feet are snakes, which is funny because snakes don't have feet.
It's funny. The thing with Snake Man is he got the name Poker, so why would Oda give one of the best card names to a guy he's only going to use once and actually just skip over with the ladder?
Because he pokes with the snake.
Oh, whatever.
He pokes people with the snake.
Anyways, I love this fake out of Zoro having Conqueror Haki. It got my ass. I was like, oh shit, there it is. And he's like, of course it's not me.
Wait, what? Oh.
This in the top right, there's a fake out of Zoro having Conqueror's Haki. And Brook is like, you beastly man. But Robin also saw Kiku's arm, so that's why Zoro's serious. Marco's here, so that's how they're going to get up.
Mm-hmm.
I love how it's just Luffy and Jinbei now. Like, I like the Luffy and Sanji vibes, but Sanji's all fucking off, so the real bro, the one who truly loves Luffy, stays behind. Alright, let's talk about this big page turn.
Yeah.
Which is Onigashima floating. Tyler's got some issues with this, and I would like to address them.
Oh, don't even... I don't know.
So, first things first. In mythology, dragons move with clouds. Also,
Chinese mythology. Yeah.
Also, Momonosuke has always moved with clouds, especially if you watch the anime where they make it more prominent, which I know you did.
He does.
So, this is just Kaido's bigger application of that technique. Now, what's interesting is he's not doing that in a hybrid form or a dragon form. Mm-hmm. I think that's kind of interesting. I think it's feeding into the theory that Kaido is not a human. He is a dragon who ate the Oni fruit. So he always has his dragon, and this must be his Oni form. So he always has his dragon ability because it's innate to him naturally. So that's why he can do it while not in dragon form right here. Because technically, he's always a dragon. I feel like it's just kind of weird that he's doing this in his quote-unquote human form.
Maybe he has to be in his human form and able to do it. I don't know. And, like, the clouds don't look anything like Momonosuke's clouds. It just looks like it's a floating island.
Well, I mean, Momonosuke has, like, goofy little shit clouds because he's a little shitty dragon. This guy's got big boy clouds because he's the big boy dragon.
Big boy clouds.
This dragon fucks.
Yeah, I mean, he is also in his human form. I just think it's dumb.
I think it's cool. This is the most excited I've been about the raid since the raid started.
Well, like, what's crazy to me is before we could reasonably say, like, all right, they're gonna get captured and they're gonna all walk back to the fucking flower capital and they're gonna execute the samurai in front of the people.
Which I told you was wrong from the beginning.
Right.
Wait, who walks back to the capital? They destroy their own ships.
Right. Well, I'm sorry. Like they get captured, and Kaido like basically takes them back to the capital to like kill them in front of everybody.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but he's just moving the fucking thing over the capital now. So, like, is this going to be the climax of Wano? Or
I think there is no round 2. This might be it.
I told y'all there was no round 2, and this is the confirmation.
Okay, Tyler, no, you're right, but it's gonna make Wano not as good as other post-time skip arcs at the end of the day.
It's true. Unless Oda's the big boy.
Was there a round 2 in at Mer Island?
But the thing is, as a climax, like none of this has felt particularly climactic or dramatic. Like it hasn't hit One Piece highs at all.
Right.
I think the One Piece high is I think they are going to actually have a serious fight
now
between the worst generation and the Yonko.
Right, but then like for them it's gonna be great. But for this being the arc that reunited the crew, and the crew doesn't have like the cool serious moments that they had in virtually every other arc. Like,
there's too many characters. They will never get that again.
Even as recent as Whole Cake, you have the amazing moments where like Nami, Jinbei, Chopper, and Brook have to repel a actual emperor for several hours and sail away from her. I thought that was intense, and there was a lot of like stakes there because they're doing it for Sanji and they're just trying to escape that situation.
But you notice
they just fucking showed up. And then Nami said Luffy's gonna be Pirate King, and then Zoro got serious, and then the fight happened. You know,
but that's because Oda's been constantly doing world building these past 2 arcs, both Alabasta and Whole Cake. They divided the crew.
Zao, you mean?
That's not
or a Dressrosa.
Dressrosa, yeah.
Zao's real as shit. That's 30 chapters of fire. All right.
Yeah, that's not a real arc. That's filler.
No, it is. Yes, it is.
If you read filler. If you read Zoe, you'd love it, like the rest of us.
So I met Dressrosa and
he split up the crew.
So he split up the crew, introduced dozens of characters.
Yeah.
And he spends all of his cutaway time on these other characters. And like while we're in these places, cut away from the other One Piece crew, we get no content about them, no side chapters, no anything. Like, we get to find out all of it as we reunite with them.
I think that's fine, because it's cool, because it's like, oh, Sanji's missing. Like, when we get to Zoe, it's like, what the fuck happened to Sanji? And then you find out.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
You know what would be nice is that we got cover stories of the group that went to Wano. That'd been kind of neat.
But,
I think...
Wait, what boat is falling off? Is that a Beast Pirates boat?
That's a Beast Pirate boat.
That's the Sunny.
No, the Sunny doesn't have black sails.
Maybe that's the boat that the little girl got there on.
The mysterious little girl boat.
Yeah, the little girl boat.
Little girl boat.
So, okay,
but yeah, I was sold on this being the finale. I mean, all of the worst generation are here. The Toby Ropo are here. The headliners are here.
We're missing Blackbeard.
And I think all of the headliners and the Toby Ropo don't really compare to any of the worst generation. Maybe I think
like Killer and like the minor strong
Kid
hats,
maybe
definitely.
Yeah.
Kid's supposed to be like as strong as Luffy and Law, so
yeah. You have Law's new refound obsession with life.
Yeah.
You still have the road Poneglyph to look here. Also, CP0 is here.
Well,
and other sword.
Well, they're in the capital, which is where we're headed now. I feel like, okay, this sets up the obvious, like, defeat Kaido before he can crash the capital, like Age of Ultron style. But then wouldn't that just crash the island either way?
No, it is. But this is going to set up, like I said, this is the Anise Lobby arc. That is what happens after Anise Lobby.
Thriller Bark.
Thriller Bark. I don't know if we'll get a Thriller Bark.
It would be Elbap.
This is kind of also a Thriller Bark because it's got so many things from Thriller Bark.
Yeah. But it'll go into military area because you're gonna have CP0 there. Sword's gonna be there. You're gonna have I think those two groups are gonna be there.
Green Bull's gonna show up at some point because we've never seen him outside of a silhouette. So.
And then you have the following of Mary Joy
Yeah.
And you also have the blind samurai who's not allowed back at Navy bases.
Right. Fujitora.
Yeah, so I think all that's going to combine there.
What if
posthumously?
You mean after Wano then is what? Or
yeah,
like
I think they're going to be at the capital either after the fight. I think the fight might happen while the island's moving there. He'll be like, I've already started the move. Once I've started it, it can't be stopped.
Yeah, it's like even if you knock me out, it can't. It feels
it
feels birdcagey, but I feel
I like see kings come up and they catch it,
and then sure Hoshi shows up. It's like yeah. Anyways,
I think the only thing that will stop it is Fujitora going to be at the capital.
That's what I was going to say. Fujitora shows up and just meteorites that
okay,
shit.
That's kind of or no, he would gravity it like repel it. I feel like this sets up a cool moment for Momo to counter float the capital, but he's not strong enough for that cool moment. So, I feel like he has little boy clouds, as we mentioned. You need big boy clouds to lift an island. Yeah. This brings up what I wanted to talk about is that Onigashima is God Valley.
Right.
Wait, what?
Not right. That's my theory.
What happened to God Valley again?
God Valley just disappeared. It's where Rox and Roger and Garp fought, and Roger and Garp fought in defense of the Celestial Dragons, which is a very mysterious tale. But then that island disappeared, right? But Marco also said that Onigashima, that's what they call it now. So I feel like Kaido, after the Rox incident, used this ability for the first time and move that entire island to where it currently is. But I feel like what doesn't quite add up is wouldn't the people of Wano be like, oh yeah, the Fire Festival takes place in an island that was literally moved here. Like, the people of Wano would have known about this. So I feel like that throws a wrench into that theory. But
the other thing is no, Whitebeard was there, but it wasn't part of the Whitebeard pirates. So how would Marco be around there? Unless he was part of Rox's crew as well.
I mean, he could have heard it from Whitebeard. It's like, that motherfucker Kaido lifted the entire island after the fight. Shit was dope.
Yeah. Whose skull is on Onigashima?
Mine.
What's that the skull of?
You know what? I never thought about it, but knowing One Piece and its attention to details...
Isn't that a huge samurai sword right there?
Yeah. Maybe it was someone in Oars' race or Kaido's race.
What if it's Kaido's dad?
Yeah. Son,
also,
you must kill yourself.
What if Kaido has lived so long because he shed skin like a dragon?
Where's that going? There's just Kaido sleeves all over the place.
I'm saying, what if that's his skull? Maybe he dies and comes back. He's got 9 lives, dragon lives.
He's not that big.
Like a cat.
But you're right. That skull's got to belong to someone. Knowing
it could be Oars.
It could be some Oars creature.
It could just be like, I got this rock carved in the shape of a skull because it's gnarly, man.
No, Oda would never carve a rock.
Yeah.
Anyways, that does cover. I feel like I'm retracting on the idea that the raid ends on a failure now because it's just a little too weird for it to somehow I don't see how it plays out in any way.
But we don't have to exclude samurai deaths. They may still happen.
They're probably already dead. That's the vibe I got from Kaido's just here talking mostly to himself. I feel like he says Kazuki is finished even. I feel like one of them will get up when Luffy gets up there and then get swatted. I feel like Chapter 1000 is the reveal that Kaido is not a human. I feel like that's where we're leading now.
Yeah.
What are your predictions for Chapter 1000?
What if he kills our boy in that chapter?
That's the most popular one. Yeah, we get up there and Kinemon dies that chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happened. I think let's see. Joe, you go first.
What I want is that all the Straw Hats end up on top of there and they're facing down with Kaido, but I know for a fact that's never going to happen.
Oda's done the team fight once, and he was like, "Oh, this was too good. I can't ever do this again."
I mean, because it goes back to Thriller Bark, which is when Kaido was first talked about, when Wade was first talked about.
I mean, Pirate Warriors 4, they do the crew.
Here's what happens in Chapter 1000. Yamato and Luffy get up there, and it's Yamato and Luffy diving in to attack Kaido when he's in his dragon form, and it's like that picture of the Tiger fighting the dragon.
In one chapter, Yamato goes from the bottom to the top when it took Luffy 10 fucking chapters.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's bullshit. Yeah. That pissed me off so much because you just proved how much time you wasted from Yoda. No, that can't happen. Yamato's going to be protecting Momonosuke for the foreseeable future.
I think.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that if what's it called? If Yamato is the White Tiger, I think then that kind of throws out Luffy riding Momonosuke to fight Kaido is instead going to be on the back of.
Luffy's 100% riding Momonosuke.
You think so?
It's so built into the story. Momonosuke is scared of heights. Are you kidding me? He's gonna fly higher and higher to take Luffy up for the final.
Well, he's gonna look outside the window and see like, oh my god, the whole island is literally 500 feet in the air.
That's true too.
That's why Momonosuke and Yamato are being sent to the bottom, so Momonosuke can put some clouds down there.
Yeah, but he's got little boy clouds. Anyways, I think
maybe he has to tame the clouds. Maybe he has to claw on top of them. To get them
to transform him into his clouds.
Yeah, he has to Splatoon them and capture the base.
Maybe the clouds work like Splatoon. It's unclear. We'll find out eventually. I think Chapter 1000 is either Luffy gets up there and we get the reveal that Kaido is not a human, or we start the Kaido flashback and end Act 3, and Act 4 starts with the proper Kaido Onigashima. Maybe even, if we're lucky, if Oda will feed us God Valley content.
Yeah, you know what? That makes more sense where Act 3 is the samurai defeated.
Yeah.
And the island's still floating. Like, the island doesn't have to fall at the end of Act 3.
Oh, absolutely not. That's an Act 4 finisher thing.
Yeah. We're going to get big spoiler reveal for a long running mystery.
See, but which one? Which one would Kaido give us? He's like, Luffy, I know what the D means, by the way. It's this. Like, that's not happening.
He could be like, you wretched D have always been. He's like, you damn devils.
Devils. And then it's like, doom, it means devils. I don't know, man. I just don't see Kaido dropping anything too crazy. I feel like Shanks is gonna hit us with something.
Dragon, Kaido is Dragon's brother.
Cool. We'll leave it with that. Thank you for joining us.
Shanks shows up, stops this war.
We'll see y'all. I'm here to stop this war. Shanks, how did you get up here? We'll see y'all in 2021 as we discuss the next 3 chapters and hopefully a shorter span of time. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.